Yeah, so we go, like, do I do 1, 2, 3, or just go?
He's going, come on,
we're
wasting tape, come on.
I started. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so we've got the lovely Charlotte Evans here with us today, who's the sound engineer with the notorious Uriah Heep. And I know it's actually quite an unusual thing for females to get into sound engineer, to be honest. It is quite rare. But how did you actually manage to get into the whole industry yourself?
Well, it's a bit hard to tell. It was probably about 22, 23 years ago. I used to work with a company that built hi-fi equipment, and they started branching out into making amplifiers for nightclubs and bands and things. And I just sort of gradually got into it. But I did also have a boyfriend who played in a band, and I had an opportunity to see him in a recording studio, and I wanted to do the job that those guys were doing behind the mixing desk.
Do you think you're better than them now?
No.
So do you know anybody that you used to work with that you're like, now I've taken your job?
No, but so I do have heroes.
You do?
I do have heroes.
Okay, tell me one of them.
I think my favourite is a guy called Buford Jones, who used to mix Pink Floyd live.
Okay.
And he is a big hero.
So I guess that you've probably worked with so many bands. I mean, like, which production would you say stood out the most, and what would be like the thing that made it so amazing for you?
It's all a little bit of a long time ago, because I've worked with Uriah Heep for 17 years now. And because we are quite busy, I don't really get much of a chance to work with other bands. But when the boys first picked me up, I used to work in a club in London called the Marquee Club, which is quite a famous club. And we did a lot of bands there. I mean, everything from like sort of, special nights, like one night with Aerosmith, down to like sort of little local bands. But so many different styles of music, and that's probably the best grounding you can have, because you're just thrown in at the deep end, right? Okay,
with
deal
so many
with
different needs as well, I can imagine.
Oh yes, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously the equipment that you use is paramount to the way that the sound comes out, etc.
It is, but also I think the way you approach things, your personality is very important, because you've got to be a little bit like an aunt, a mother. If you're nice and understanding to people, you get much more out of them.
Good, I like
Definitely.
that. I like that. We'll take that lesson away with us. But obviously, the tools that you use make the job either easier or more profound. So
yes.
I would guess so. I mean, today I think you used for the first time the QSC system for the first time. How did you actually think that worked for you guys?
I was really, really impressed with it.
Good.
I mean, it did exactly what it said on the tin, wide line 8. I was extremely impressed, because I only actually got the technical specs about 2 days ago. So I downloaded them onto the computer, and I was reading them on the train up to London. And I was like, wow, 140 degrees, that's an amazing spread. So it really is well named, and I was so impressed with it tonight.
So the sound performance of that was impressive.
It was terrific, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
and the radiating properties of that, was that?
Well, it was great, because normally it doesn't matter whether I'm using a line array or a ground stack system. You sometimes find that with the audience that are right to the front of the stage, there's like a hole in the middle, because our singer uses in-ear monitoring. There's not a lot of his voice on the stage.
Okay.
So sometimes the front rows are missing out on the vocals. So I have to put little infill hotspot speakers just with vocal going through them, so that people can hear what they're singing, because with Uriah Heep it's very important that people want to hear the lyrics and the harmonies and everything.
I was loving the lyrics
but
today.
So I ordered some little infill speakers from QSC, I think it was the K series, and set them up this afternoon, turn them on, turn them off, and realised I didn't need to use them. So the speakers that were just in the corner there were just there for show. I didn't need to switch them on, because the wide line did its job.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay,
so that's so good. And then what did you think about the KSM?
The KSM9, that's my favourite vocal microphone, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're very lucky that Shure gave us a KSM and a UHF-R system probably about I think we've probably had it, oh God, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years. But absolutely fantastic. I remember the first time we tried it, we actually used the KSM9 mic and the radio version of the SM58, and just A-B'd the two, and the difference, it was just, I was just like, I said, we've got to have this microphone.
I suppose
it's
quite funny,
brilliant.
after so many years of doing something in a certain business, you sort of think, okay, I'm going to just rely on what I've always used because we know that it's going to be successful, but now you've actually got the opportunity to use things that you've never used before.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not a cheap mic, so we're extremely lucky to have this microphone on.
Brilliant.
On
so are you guys
and the singer loves it as well. He loves it. He won't use anything else.
He's got all his ranges, so it obviously has to be useful for that, doesn't it?
Oh yes, yeah. But it's just got this lovely transparency, this crispness to
Brilliant.
it, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful mic.
Excellent. So are you guys going on tour now, or what's the plan for Uriah Heep now?
Actually, I think we've got about 3 or 4 weeks off. I'm very lucky.
Good.
So
and
I
in the summer
I
as
can
well.
go home, I can look after my husband and play with the cats and do the gardening and everything. And no, we've got I think our next show's out in Bosnia.
Wow.
A big festival out there.
Are they quite familiar with Uriah Heep out there?
Oh yes. And then I think we've got a run of shows in Denmark in August or something.
So you've got a little while to relax now.
Yes.
Just chill out, get your tan. Well, not in London.
Well,
but,
no. It will probably start pouring with rain now.
I actually think the weather in Germany, for staying in Germany, I think, am I right? It's going to be quite warm in Germany. So.
Oh well, maybe I'll have to come back here then.
All right. Well, that was a lovely interview with Charlotte Evans, and I think we're going to have to say goodbye from there then.
That's a pleasure.
Take good care.
Pleasure. Thank you very much indeed for everything. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye. Bye guys.